Hello. Today I want to show you something what is probably unusual because probably you won't use in almost every game, but sometimes it could be really useful for you to know that. Especially if we know that our opponent wants to attack us on the one side, and for us it's not safe to stay with the king on that side. So basically in this example, this is from my game. I play with some FIDE master guy on international tournament, maybe something around 90, 92, something like that, maybe 93, I don't know. It was a long time ago, and I was white here. So I was kid in that moment against some old player, and in that moment I play for my national team, so I was on my probably higher level in chess, at least as player. So now I'm coach and I'm totally different. I have totally different view of chess, and that is why we are calling it different view of chess. Okay, so what we need to accomplish if we want to go with our king around the world with him. So for example, first the center must be closed, and the center is closed. On the other side, maybe probably promised land could be on the queen side. Again, we have totally domination on that side. So again, we can see some good things about that idea. Maybe it could be successful for us. So we can expect that black can attack us only on the king side. That is the only side where he can attack. So we can expect g4 in any moment. That will happen. Rook g6, I don't know, probably he will bring more pieces, especially the queen, so he wants to attack us there. On the other side, if we move the king, maybe the biggest strength in his position could be his weakness. Why? Because when he starts attacking us on the king side and he open eventually that side, then our king won't be there anymore. And even if he doesn't do anything to open the king side, what else he can play, where to go with his pieces, because he doesn't have space to play on the queen side or neither in the center. So he's forced to play on the king side. This is the only way where he can do something. So in this case, probably smart idea or creative idea could be to escape with the king. So exactly that I do here. So I did here. So I played king f2. And after rook g6, which is normal move, I play king e1, g4, king d2, and here we are. I escape. So now my king is in the center. Maybe I didn't finish with him. Maybe this is not the last place, but still he's on good place, and I can connect my heavy pieces, which is great, and I can put them to work on the king side. So bishop d7. Not only that he is threatening something about this pawn, which is not probably, but after a6, yes, definitely he has some chance to open the queen side, and then my king maybe could be problem. So that is why bishop b4, I'm interesting to play a4 and to still hold the pawn on b5. So rook c8, but then I found queen b3, really nice move. Idea is queen a3 and to capture one of his pawns here. So he needs to return the rook on a8 to protect that pawn, and then also the pawn on d6 to protect. Okay, so I played a4, then king h7, rook g1. Okay, after rook g1, I'm preparing my heavy battery there. I want to attack on the king side. Probably he also knew that in that moment, that I will attack on the king side, but for now I'm not interested. I will wait till the last moment to open position. Why? Because everything is on my side. I'm controlling everything here, so I should be patient here. Okay, so knight g8, he wants to transform the knights. Also he opens some space for the queen. And why I play g3 here? Because after g3 he can play g3 for himself, and that is important for me because I want to be sure that he can't close the side where I want to play. So g3, definitely we will trade something in the moment when I want. So queen f6, rook from a to f1, knight h6, and now we will see that he will just wait because he doesn't know how to improve his position anymore. Queen d1, on the other side I have a lot of things to do here to finish. So king d3 before I start to open position, of course. So knight b1, I want to bring the knight on d2 because then the knight will protect the knight on c4. Also, the knight on c3 is not doing anything, so why not to put the knight on d2? And also I'm clearing some space for the bishop. Why this is important to put the bishop on c3? Because once when I capture on f4, I don't want to allow him to capture with the bishop, because then he will open diagonal. So knight h6, I bring the knight, and eventually he capture. He doesn't want to wait anymore. He saw that white will just improve position if he waits, so let's do something on the king side. Okay, so bishop takes on f3, bishop g4. He immediately wants to exchange something to simplify position. Maybe we can enter in endgame, but of course I'm not interested to trade heavy pieces, not yet. So after bishop c3, I'm threatening to capture here, so that is why maybe queen e7. I exchanged it, and I have h3. With h3, the weakness must be on h5. So knight f6 to cover that, but then I can capture on f4. Okay, he's forced to capture first my rook, because in other way I will capture the pawn for free. So rook g1, and he captured here. He has more pawn islands here. Not only that, his king is more weaker here than mine, and this position is probably almost winning for white. So queen f3, I want to capture the pawn on f4. That is why here he defends that, but I can play... Okay, first one grandmaster move, I think. That is bishop d4. Whenever I am improving position and he's forced to do something to defend that, I always call that grandmaster move, because so patient, and this is so important when you are playing. You can see also that the top players in the world, they're always doing that, so they don't want to give to his opponent any counter attack. So bishop d4 just to provoke a b6, and then his pawns are completely stuck on the queen side. That is exactly what I want, and then I can continue with my idea. Queen g2, I'm threatening queen g6. In the game was queen f7, but if he plays queen g7 here, then I can trade. And when I trade that, one of those pawns will fall. Definitely one of those pawns will fall. And in the center I have total domination, so I can push in the future, and that will be definitely winning position for white. So he decided to play queen f7 to cover that. But now I can exchange here. Why? Because I saw opportunity to capture on d6. So he can't capture with the knight here. Why? Because I can capture here, and of course something will fall. Not only that, maybe also queen g6 is threat here. So I have plenty of threats here. But he found one nice move here. That is f3. This is also really good move. So f3, he wants to clear the space for his knight here, and that will also lead us to exchanging of queens. So he can't move the queen when I capture here, because I'm threatening queen g6, and then to capture here that will be checkmate, or just queen g6 checkmate. So but probably he will capture, so I don't know. But then I have queen g8, so difficult situation for black. So f3, I must capture that, and then knight f6, I capture here, and then he can capture that pawn on d5, and he's threatening knight f4. But I calculate this is definitely better for white, so why not to enter in this? So I have one piece more, and winning position. Pass pawn here is really important for me, so now I can push him, and also I will limit the bishop, so he can't go anywhere, which is great for me. And also maybe I can focus on the king, we will see. So rook c1, then I check him with the knight from 7th rank. Why? You will see now. So king h6, because when I move the rook, move the knight from 3rd rank, then he can play king g8, and then I'm practically he will pin my knight from g5. That is why knight from 7 to g5 here, and after king h6 I can attack the bishop, and he can't go anywhere. Practically only square is on h8, and then I can play knight f8. I'm threatening checkmate here, and he resigned here, because after maybe h4 I can attack the bishop, or first check here, and after king h5 then to attack the bishop, and he will lose the bishop. Probably checkmate will be soon also. So what we can learn from this lesson? Sometimes we have chance to escape with our king, and to his advantage turn to his weakness. Think about that, please. Also, for bonus, I will show you the game between Magnus Carlsen and Nihal Sarin. So Nihal was black here, and he did the same thing. So king f7 is the first move. Why? Because the center is completely closed. Magnus can't open that. The queen side definitely is better for black, because he has really good pawn structure there. So why not? King f7, and then he can focus on the king side. So white play here queen f2, king e8, queen h4, and after king d7, white didn't want to wait anymore, and he played f4. He wants to open that side. Okay, now the king is in the middle of nowhere because he is in front of his pieces, and this is not good. Probably white choose wisely the right moment for that. So black capture here, and then white sacrifice. This is only way how he can open position, and still the black king is in the center. So maybe white has some chance with that. So knight g4, g5 is forcing move because we don't want to lose the pawn on f6. And after queen h6, okay, now we need to give that pawn, but at least, okay, first queen e6, queen d6, sorry, queen e6, and after knight f6, we can return the king on c8, and now our king is totally safe. On the other side, we have a pawns, and we can attack the king. So in the game was queen g5, and now if you want to take a pause, try to find some brilliant move here, what black played here, and with that move, he completely crashed white position. Okay, now I will tell you that is f3. Smart idea, smart. Why? Because our king is not anymore on the king side, and now it's time for us to open the king side as much as we can, of course. So white played rook f1, he doesn't want to open, but then rook g8. What a nice move. Rook g8, and practically we will capture on g2. So black king is not in dangerous position, white king it is. So it's completely different situation now. White wants to exchange the queens, but of course black is not interesting to that. Rook g2 check with tempo, then queen g6, we escape, and also we are threatening now something. h4, I think, because when black moves somewhere the rook, he can play queen g5 to at least try something. Also h5 would be kind of something like threat, because if black leaves this diagonal with the queen, then maybe white can give checkmate, but of course that can't happen, because black can play one simple move, and that is bishop c6, and now he opens space for the king. Okay, so then queen f4, we capture the pawn, now we are threatening checkmate, so the only move is rook g1 to cover that, but we can return the rook on g2, and white tried with something, because the rook is hanging here on g1, so he tried with queen e3, but after queen g3, he resigned the game, because unstoppable threats there is here for black. Yeah, also to capture the pawn here. Okay, so again, one more, the same idea. We can escape with the king and to turn his advantage to his weakness. Now it's in this moment it's not good for black to open the king side. Why? Because then probably black dark square bishop for white will start working, and that could be probably problem for black. So that is why smart idea, creative idea, I would say, to escape with the king and then to try to open the king side. Thank you if you watched the whole video. Subscribe, please, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.